much, Ms. Turner. Job. Do your 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 job. We are here today in large part thanks to an amazing and visionary leader, and that is our next speaker. I'm proud to call him my fearless leader, the president and CEO of the NAACP, Mr. Cornell William Brooks.
Good afternoon. Are you fired up about democracy? Are you really fired up? My name is Cornell William Brooks, and it is my humbling honor to serve the greatest band of freedom fighters this country has ever known. That would be the NAACP. I'm standing here this afternoon with a dazzling constellation of citizen activists known as the Democracy Initiative. 300 organizations across the length and breadth of our republic who are not intimidated by big money, not intimidated by voter suppression, not intimidated by skepticism, pessimism. They're not intimidated by civic self-doubt. These are the men and women, the brothers and sisters.
Sorry, everybody, having technical difficulties. My network keeps going out.
The front yard of our democracy. They would be you. We, the people, are here. We, representing Catholics and Protestants, African Americans and Latinos, native-born and foreign-born, coming from big cities, small towns, Native American reservations across the length and breadth of this republic. We're here as a generationally diverse citizen army. We have the Motown generation, the hip-hop generation, the baby boomers, the millennials, they're all here. The millennial generation. The generation of now.
One road comes right down in front of it, stops and cuts. You can see the front of it.
They have a phrase reflecting the aspirations, civic and moral aspirations and ambitions of a generation and of a time. A phrase lifted up in places like Ferguson and Flint and Cleveland and North Charleston. That phrase would be this: stay woke. Now when you lifting up this expression of democracy, stay woke, it presupposes that one is awake. We are here in the nation's capital because we are woke, we are conscious, we are aware, we are fired up about our democracy and our country. But there are those behind us who are not yet awake. They remind me of a fable lifted up by a prophet out of Alabama by the name of the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King. He spoke about a parable, a fable, if you will, lifted from American literature, about a man named Rip Van Winkle who went up to a mountain and took a narcoleptic nap, woke up several decades later, came down from the mountain, walked by an inn, and the sign he saw on the way up to the mountain was not the sign he saw on the way down from the mountain. The sign he saw on the way up had a picture of King George of England But on the way down, he saw a picture of the commander-in-chief and the first president of the United States, George Washington. He slept through a revolution. We say to senators and representatives, the Congress of the United States, you are yet sleeping through a revolution. And so you have a millennial generation yet saying stay woke, but they're also saying to this Congress, wake up. It's time to wake up and get up. We, as a woke generation, are here lifting up three very simple civic demands. The first of which is that this Congress act on the president's nominee to the Supreme Court. We simply note that Article 2, Section 2, Clause 2 of the United States Constitution speaks about the Senate providing advice and consent. It says nothing about a vacation. It says nothing about a siesta. It says nothing about a nap. It says nothing about sleeping on the job. We say, wake up! Article 2, Section 2, Clause 2 of the Constitution does not speak about a right so many Americans seek, that is paid leave. We have no intention for Congress to take paid leave from their constitutional responsibilities. They need to do their jobs. We, amidst this democracy awakening, would like to remind our Congress that at our founding, at the genesis moment of the Constitution, stained by the original sin of slavery, the Constitution defined African Americans as 3/5 of a human being. We, in 2016, have no intention of allowing the Congress of the United States to treat the first African American president as 3/5 of a president.
That's right!
So we say, do not accord President Barack Obama constitutional disrespect. We ask that you respect him, not because he can fly on the Air Force One, not because he's a resident of the White House. We ask that you respect him because he represents we the people. He represents Americans of every color, of every hue, of every heritage, of every party, from every region and religion in this country. Stay woke! Second, we're here to demand that we get big, corrupt money out of politics. We know there's a Supreme Court decision by the name of Citizens United. This decision has all of the moral legitimacy and civic standing of Plessy versus Ferguson. We say it's not right for politicians to suppress and steal the vote before the election and then buy and sell legislative votes after the election. So we're here to say the Constitution, the spirit of our founding fathers and founding mothers must be upheld by getting big money out of politics. We can't have labor rights. We can't have women's rights. We can't have the rights enjoyed and that should be enjoyed by African Americans, Latinos, and people of color unless we get money out of politics. You cannot expect integrity out of a system that represents legalized bribery. Thirdly, we're here because we yet believe that the right to vote is a civic sacrament that's being desecrated in the temple of our democracy. We're here because we believe that you have to stand up for the right to vote and protect the right to vote. I will simply remind you that when we walked on America's journey for justice from Selma, Alabama to Washington, D.C., some of you are here who made that march on America's journey for justice. There was a man by the name of Middle Passage. He walked 900 miles, carried the American flag nearly every step of the way. As a veteran of the Vietnam War, as a veteran of the Navy, he carried that flag. And when he came to Spotsylvania, Virginia, having kept the flag wrapped up, he unfurled the flag, he collapsed to the ground. My hardest day at the NAACP was when I had to go tell a group of school children who saw him fall to the pavement that he did not make it, that he died. Their hardest question to me that I yet pose to you, which is this: if a man was willing to march, fight, and die for the right to vote, why can't we fight for the right to vote and vote? We are here because we yet believe we have to protect the right to vote, ensure the integrity of the vote, and get out the vote. So come November, we need you to vote in mass. We need you to leave Washington and grow a movement. We need you to engage in acts of civil disobedience. We need you to stand at the polls, to stand in congressional offices, to stand in the street, and to launch a full-blown democracy movement. And if you get discouraged, if you get disheartened, may I remind you and leave you with these words from the hymn of the NAACP. Lift every voice and sing, till earth and heaven ring. Ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us. Facing the rising sun of our new day begun. Let us march on, 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 till victory is won.
One more time, please give it up for President Brooks. Thank you so much for those powerful words. I have goosebumps. I don't know about y'all. Our next speaker is Federal Elections Commissioner Ellen Weintraub, a staunch advocate and ally for robust campaign finance protection. Welcome, Ellen!
Hello, Democracy Awakening! Hello! Thank you so much for coming all the way to Washington. Tell your leaders that this is your country, and this is your government, and you are here to speak truth to power. I'm Ellen Weintraub. I'm a commissioner on the Federal Election Commission, an agency that should be in the forefront of the battle for a stronger democracy, for cleaner elections, for a more representative and responsive government, a government by, for, and of all of its people. Throughout our country, by huge margins, citizens hate the way we fund our elections. But nothing changes because here in Washington,
don't know if you guys heard that, but they're talking about campaign contributions and donor money and lobbyist money. But what a lot of people don't realize is Democracy Spring was funded by lobbyists, the same lobbyists that they're supposedly fighting against. So I find contradictions in this entire movement from the beginning. It's just very, very interesting sometimes when you look into the actual money transfers, that it's just the whole thing kind of contradicts itself. And it may be a grassroots type of thing now, but what initially broadcasted the message was not grassroots. Money did not come from the grassroots, didn't come from the people. It came from large lobbyist organizations, and they may be organizations that want to overturn Citizens United, but it's lobbyist is lobbyist. It doesn't matter. Gonna walk around and see if I can get some more people.
America. Because if we don't know who's financing our candidates for public office, we don't know what they owe to their secret donors once they get into office. Does that sound right to you? The Supreme Court and Citizens United said that corporations could spend an unlimited amount of money in our elections. Does that sound right to you? Hell no! When it comes to money in politics, the Supreme Court said it's wrong to try to level the playing field. They think special access for donors is not corruption, and politicians are expected to be appropriately responsive to the preferences of their supporters. Does that sound right to you? This stuff matters. In a world where the largest donors have the best access to policymakers, who speaks for the single mom trying to find decent child care so she can go to work and support her family? We do! Who speaks for the folks who work hard and play by the rules only to find there are no decent jobs? Who speaks for the parents of disabled kids when they can't access necessary services to give those kids a chance? Who speaks for the young people who are who speaks for veterans who return home and get the medical care they need? Who pays for our elections determines who has a voice, who is empowered, who has incentive to participate, and whose interests our representative democracies really represent. But you can make a difference. You're here, and we need to hear your voices. We need you to stand up and shout from all corners of this country. So let's get positive now. Do you love this country? Do you love our democracy? Do you want our leaders to strengthen our democracy so it works for all citizens? Not just for the billionaires and the corporations and the secret donors. Now, if we stand together and demand action, can we get action? That's right. And we're standing here on the doorstep of the Capitol, so this looks like a pretty good time to tell Congress exactly what you want. Do you want a government that listens to the people? Do you want a government that's accountable to us? Say it loud so they can hear it inside the Capitol. Say it loud so they can hear it back in their home districts. Say it loud so they can hear it on the other side of the Supreme Court. I am so grateful that you are here, that you have taken the time out of your busy lives to come to Washington and stand with your fellow Americans and demand that your leaders give you your democracy back. I am so grateful that you have come here to raise your voice. And when you're done raising your voice here, I want you to
You hear them talking about lobbying? Isn't that what they're trying to do, is get lobbying money out of politics?
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ellen. Our next speaker is Reverend William Barber II. He's a pastor of Greenleaf Christian Church, Disciples of Christ in Goldsboro, North Carolina, and one of the leaders of the Moral Monday movement in North Carolina. Join me in welcoming Reverend Barber to the stage.
I've asked Rebecca if she would stay with me. My daughter is Rebecca as well, and in the Moral Monday movement, we try to never speak by ourselves. My friends, in the human family, every right to vote we have came through the blood of the martyrs and sacrifice. The 15th Amendment that says the right of citizens of the United States to vote shall not be denied or abridged by the United States or by any state on account of race, color, or previous condition of servitude came through the blood. The Voting Rights Act, signed August 6, 1965, amended 5 times to expand protections designed to enforce the voting rights guaranteed by the 14th and 15th Amendment, especially for racial minorities and especially in the South, came through the blood. The blood of the martyrs, the blood of slaves, the blood of abolitionists, the blood of white, the blood of black, the blood of freedom fighters, the blood of Native Americans, the blood of soldiers, the blood of Latinos, the blood of the gay, the blood of straight, the blood of Christians, the blood of Catholics, the blood of Jewish people, the blood of Muslims, so many unnamed. But we can never forget that every right to vote has been signed in blood. And we are here to say to America, wake up, can't you see that it is a desecration to the memory of the martyrs for the Voting Rights Act to be gutted by the Supreme Court? It is a desecration to the memory of the martyrs and their blood to pass Citizens United, which gives money, greed, and racism the power to buy the elections that they can't earn at the ballot box. It's a desecration of the blood for the extremist leadership of the United States Senate and the House to engage since June 25th, 2013, the day of the Shelby decision, a 1,027-day interposition filibuster.